You can start.
Hello, namaste and adab to everyone. Myself Shreya Datra from Anish Pharma IQ Private Limited, India. So before I begin, I want to extend our sincere thanks to the organizers for conducting this one-of-a-kind virtual exhibition and giving us an opportunity to present and interact with you all, the community from the pharmaceutical industry. So today, I'm going to talk on very interesting topic that is selecting an appropriate equipment for process technology of granulation and pelletization. So let us start with granulation first. As you all know, granulation is a process which allows primary fine powder to adhere together to form a granules. And in pharmaceutical industry, wet and dry granulation are the most common processes. Today, I'm going to talk and focus majorly on the latter process, that is a wet granulation process. There are several granulation compression technologies available for manufacturing, all of which have individual strength and weaknesses depending upon the specific application. However, the theory of granulation is often not fully understood, and the selection of a particular machine and a granulation method is frequently done on the basis of tradition or the operator's own experience rather than using a scientific or a cost benefit criteria. But I'm sure this session would help you to select an appropriate machine for wet granulation process and a pelletization. So granulation process is an inevitable step in tablet manufacturing as it improves the flow, property and compressibility of the powder mass, which is intended for compression. Further, it prevents segregation of the constituents of the powder mix. Then it improves the compressibility of the material. Further, in pharmaceutical industry, the sizes of the granules range and varies from 0.2 mm to 4 mm. So in a nutshell, an ideal granulation will contain all the constituents of the mix in the correct proportion in each granule so that the segregation of the ingredients will not happen. So now that was all about the granulation process part. Now coming to the point and the criteria to be considered while selecting an appropriate equipment for granulation. So here is a list of the points to be considered while or discussed with your cylinder while selecting an equipment. The first is the material flow, that is the charging points, the transfer from one equipment to another equipment and the discharge from one equipment to another. So in granulation, one should, when he is going for a granulation selection of a granulation equipment, one should, discuss thoroughly with the material flow of the charging points. Then the product transfer system. We recommend to use a closed loop transfer system or vacuum transfer system, we can say, just to avoid manual handling and human contact with the product. Third, you should thoroughly discuss the maximum and a minimum batch capacity occupancy of the every machine which is used in a granulation process or in a granulation suite. So you should discuss and understand thoroughly the minimum, maximum, depending upon the bulk density, the batches that you want to carry out in your process. You need to discuss in depth about the minimum and maximum batch capacity. Then also you need to consider the yield loss, that is during the process, after the process, or also during the transfer from one process to another, that is from the series of equipments. So these are the criterias. I would recommend you to note down, take a snapshot while selecting an equipment. So this will play a vital role. So out of the many equipments which constitutes granulation suite, the rapid mixer granulator, or you can say higher shear mixer granulator, is one of the equipment. Most of the it is more the most important equipment in the granulation. So here are the factors one should consider while selecting the criteria this critical equipment. The first is a gearbox. This should be selected on the basis of initial and after process bulk density of the product. As I told you, the batch capacities and everything plays a important role. So one should consider the gearbox selection. Then the impeller and a chopper to be controlled by variable frequency drive to have a precise control system. depending upon the RPM and everything. This plays, having a VFD for your impeller and chopper plays a vital role. Then the process endpoint determination is very important in RMG to know when to stop the machine, and it can be done either by measuring current, power, torque, or you can use the PAT tools, etc. Then comes the method of product charging and discharging from mixer. That is, you can do it by gravity or by vacuum or by manual method. Lastly, the method of adding binder solution or paste into the product. That is by using peristatic pump, spray nozzles, or by low pump, or you can do it manually also. So these are the criteria you should consider while selecting an rapid mixer granulator. Furthermore, then consideration of also of heating or cooling or insulating jackets, you can say, depending upon your process requirement, one should consider whether the heating, if the heating is required or the cooling is required, one should consider the insulating jackets provision also. Then right decision of impeller and right position of chopper, design of impeller and right position of chopper is important for effective mixing, because all the mixing, this is the impeller and chopper, you can say, is the heart of a rapid mixer granulator. So the position of the impeller and a granulator, you need to understand and discuss very thoroughly before zeroing down to a rapid mixer granulator. Then the lifting arrangement. Then this lifting arrangement can be manual or automized, depending upon the operator's convenience. Then another important point is the shock resistant design of mixing bowl, and whether you need a ATEX certified components to avoid chances of explosion during the use of solvents. That means to say, considering the safety norms or operation norms, you need to understand the shock resistant design, that is 2 bar, 12 bar, or maybe if you required, you are using a solvent, you need to have the certified ATEX certified components in your for your rapid mixer granulator. So these are the also important points you need to consider. Lastly, the various alarms and interlocks for operator safety and sophisticated control system for a process logs and a data management. So this, I hope you will note down this. So these are the selection criteria you should consider, or the parameters while selecting and or discussing with your vendor, or while procuring a rapid mixer granulator. Another important and a very vital equipment in granulation suite is a fluid bed system or fluid bed dryer. So here are the factors which will help you to select an important and appropriate fluid bed dryer. So the first thing to consider and decide is whether your fluid bed is going to be used only as a dryer, or in future you might have to convert it to a top spray or bottom spray or a tangential processor. So this needs to be discussed. Whenever you are procuring a fluid bed dryer, you should have a clarity about its application. On considering your future expansion or future business growth, you should consider and opt for top spray, bottom spray application. So you have to discuss this also, so that later on there are no any confusions when it comes to fluid bed dryer. Then different types of air distribution plates, dust mesh, conidor, dust mesh. Then the conidor screen, which is required to increase, the material flow and drying efficiency. The conidor sieve plays a vital role in drying efficiency, as it decreases the drying time required in fluid bed dryer. Also different types of filter bag for cleaning methods, like you can opt for a single, twin shaker, or purging mechanism. Depending upon the application, the process requirement, you can select and zero down to the types of finger bag that are required. Then the air handling unit, which should have 3 stages of filters, like F6 as a pre-filter, F9 as post, and HEPA as a final filters. Further, with differential, also it should have a differential pressure gauge measurement to be opted. Then the heating arrangement requirement, if it is there, it can be steam or electrical. You need to discuss this about the availability depending upon your site. Further, it is recommended to consider dehumidification. So we strongly recommend a dehumidification system, as it lower down the dew point and increases the drying efficiency in the fluid bed dryer. Along with that, humidification system is must to neutralize the static charges when you're using an organic solvents in the process. So if you're having a organic solvents, you need to consider the humidification also. Dehumidification, as I explained you and told you, that this decreases the drying efficiency. So one should consider the dehumidification when he is opting for, or having or planning to have a better drying efficiency. Then different measures like broken back detector sensors, the solid flow monitor sensors has to be, has to be installed and considered to detect the powder loss and filter worn out test to have or to save the material. Further, to arrest the product particles coming out of the equipment and prevent it to from mixing from an environment, uh, police filters or scrubber to be used during the exhaust. Then depending upon the requirement, you should consider the shock resistant design, especially for human and environmental safety. Along with that, as I explained earlier also, uh, if you are having a solvent, you should use for ATEX components, and then the quick action shut off valves along with this. Furthermore, different types of filter bags like PC satin, anti-static, bonnet mesh, SS, or CIV filters can be opted for depending upon the product. Very important, the cleaning point when you are considering a granulation line. The cleaning plays a vital role when you are changing the product, in the batch. Further, charging and discharging methods to be discussed, whether the charging from one equipment to another, a transfer from one equipment to another, uh, how it would be. It would be, will it be a vacuum transfer, the lifter or tippler? That has to be clearly understood depending upon your requirement. So, like I mentioned, in granulation process, selecting a correct set of equipments plays an important role. And we at Anish make sure that we recommend and offer the best in the industry. So here is a typical granulation suit that we offer, wherein the first equipment is the sifting sieve. A sifting sieve or a screener eliminates all the oversized contamination. Then is the Anish rapid mixer granulator or higher shear mixer granulator. The main purpose here is mixing, granulating, humidifying, homogenizing. Furthermore, you can use this equipment to mix both dry and wet powders. The third equipment here is a fluid bed dryer. Fluid bed dryer is used to reduce the moisture content in the ingredients like powders or granules. In the fluid bed system, in this process, hot air at high temperature and pressure is introduced in the system through a perforated plate of moist solid particulate, which results in drying. Then the mills for wet and dry sieving of the product. Use of milling and wet sieving to produce narrow particle size distributions. Then the vacuum transfer system and connections. I earlier explained you the importance of vacuum transfer systems. We strongly recommend to you, go for integrated line, so that the manual intervention and the manual intervention or the operators, coming in contact with the product is avoided. So just to as dust-free product transfer system with without manual intervention. Then the wet mass transfer line. The transfer of the wet mass, that is from a rapid mixer granulator to the fluid bed system. We do this. We provide this wet mass transfer system, and it is very efficient. Then the blending. That's the blender. The blending and mixing can be used to improve the quality of the products, evenly coat particle materials, disperse the liquids, or fuse materials, or to achieve certain characteristic in an end product, such as adjusting consistency and smoothing texture. Then the IBC beans, intermediate bulk carriers, are used to carry and convey raw material from one and after the every process. So we provide complete IBC beans also along with our granulation suit. Then the washing, as I explained, it plays a vital role. So we do provide the cleaning facility of the equipments. Then the control system. Each equipment can be controlled through HMI and PLC, and the whole integrated by using and this whole granulation suit is integrated by using industrial grade IPCs. So this granulation suit that we offer to our customer, uh, while taking care of important factors, from process point of view, from equipment point of view, and safety point of view. So I hope you must have understood about the granulation part, the points that you need to be considered. You should consider while selecting an equipment for granulation. Then this is what we have to offer for you for granulation. We, as a process expert, are into manufacturing of a granulation line, complete granulation suit. We can offer all the products to match your requirement. Here I end my first part of presentation. Now let's move on to the next part, that is pelletization. So before we jump on to pelletization, let me tell you about pellets. For most of us here in the industry, the word is very familiar. So scientifically, pellets are substantially spherical, mechanically strong agglomerates formed by agglomeration of fine powder, excipient, and drugs together. That leads to formation of small free-flowing particulates, and this process of formation of pellet is called pelletization. So this is a typical pellet or MUP structure, you can say. You can see the nucleus. In the nucleus is the inert core. This one. The second layer where the drug is loaded on inert core. So here you can see the drug is loaded on the inner core. The third layer is of the barrier coat on the which is loaded on a drug loaded pellets. The fourth layer is the functional coat or a barrier coat, a functional coat which is coated on the barrier coated pellets. And the last is the seal coat which is coated on the functional coated pellets. So these are the different layers that are coated over the inert core, and which results into ultimately in the formation of pellets. So why pellets and MRBs? In pharmaceutical industry, pellets are used because of its various advantages like sustained control or site-specific delivery of the drug from the coated pellets. Multiple drug delivery in a single dose can be done. Site-specific delivery of the drug with unpleasant taste, poor bioavailability, and short biological half-life can be done. Even distribution with even distribution within the gastrointestinal tract is possible. Then reduce the gastrointestinal irritation. This enhanced drug dissolution. Uh, then the ease of coating. The pellets are easy for coating. Easy capsule feeling due to the higher flow properties. As they are free flowing, the capsule feeling becomes very easy and very convenient. This also improves the aesthetic and appearance of the drug, and have this has a uniform packing. So these are the reasons why pellets have been introduced or pellets have been used as a drug. So in a nutshell, due to the excellent technological and biological biopharmaceutical advantages, pelletization has gained an importance in modern pharmaceutical science, and pellets are expected to play a major role in the design and fabrication of many novel drug delivery systems in the future. So these are the products designed by using pellets. The first is the tablet MRBs, and then the pellets which are filled in the capsule. MRBs are called as multiple unit pellet system. So the multiple unit pellet units are combined fine, and then the tablet is made. So there are different pelletization technique available, out of which I'm going to focus majorly on the layering technique. So these are the different types of technologies through which pellets can be produced, but we are going to focus majorly on the layering technique, and I'm going to elaborate on this technique only. So as you can see on the slide, the drug loaded pellets can be produced by extrusion and speronization. Okay, but here in this process, the high drug loading is required. As you can see, the drug loading is very high. The functional coat you can see. Whereas by layering a drug on placebo beads, that is here you can see we, the low drug loading as compared to the extrusion speronization process, low drug loading is required. We recommend to use this layering process for the production of drug loaded pellets. So why solution layering technology is used for producing pellets? The reason is layering a solution on a drug or a starter seed material can produce pellets that are uniform in size distribution and generally possesses very good surface morphology. These characteristics are especially desirable when the pellets will be coated for the purpose of achieving a controlled release. And the equipment required for this technology or for producing layering pellets is from a fluid bed processor with a bottom spray application, or you can say a booster process. The fluid bed processor, that is a bottom spray, or it is also called as booster process, it performs multiple functions. This is our machine that we manufacture, that is Anish particle coater granulator. It performs multiple functions like coating, drying, granulation, and pelletization. Control release formulations are particularly prepared by using this technique. It involves successive deposition of several layers of coating in material. In the base plate of fluid bed processor, the spray nozzle is fitted with a concurrent airflow through the different perforation in the base plate, resulting in a specific spray pattern. As you can see, this is the air distribution plate, and a nozzle is coming from here. So here you can see a proper fountain motion. The particles uh, which were to be coated are accelerated at a high speed in the coating column, and coating solution is sprayed continuously through the spray nozzles. As the process proceed further, particles traveling upward, that is here, gets dry. Traveling upwards get dry and fall out of the coating column, backward, back towards the base of the plate, and then back to the inside of the tube where they are once again accelerated by the spray. This process is continued till appropriate buildup on the surface of particle takes place, and thus resulting in formation of pellets. So here you can see this is the air distribution plate, and here we have a spray nozzle where it sprays the layering solution on this. As the pellets are the coated, they travel upward, and once they go at a particular height because of the conical expansion chamber, the velocity decreases and they again fall into this system on the plate outer side, and then they again come into the coating column, and then again they are done the coating, unless this process is continued till the desired pellet size is achieved, and thus the pellets are formed. So now let us discuss about the important points to be considered while selecting a fluid bed processor. So the scalability of equipment plays a vital role. That is, going from pilot, from R&D scale, from to pilot, and from pilot to commercial batches. The scalability plays a vital role. So equipment that is used in R&D machine, or in your R&D lab, where the pellets are produced, the same type of series of equipment should be there in the pilot scale, and the same series of equipment should be there in your commercial application also, so that there is a linear scalability. Then the range of batches as required, because depending upon the bulk density, you can choose the product containers and the batch size. Further, while selecting a fluid bed processor, you should also discuss about the provisions of having a lower insert, or lower capacity inserts in the same machine, so that whenever you are planning to conduct a small batch, that can be done easily. You don't have to procure a new machine for that. Then you need to understand the number of booster columns and the type of available air distribution plates as depending upon your process requirements. So here the air distribution plates plays a vital role. So you need to understand and consider, depending upon your process, like which plates are to be considered, whether they are being your vendor is giving you that or not. So you need to discuss this also. Then the spray nozzles. The spray nozzles are also very important and very crucial part. So out of the different types of spray nozzles available in the industry, like the standard one, then the high speed, and the latest is the light design spray nozzles. So again, depending upon the process requirement, the formulation and everything, you need to understand which type of nozzle you have to consider, and then you need to discuss it with your vendor. The number of booster column and a type of available ADP plates as per the process requirement, as I told you. Then decide the finger bag cleaning, that is, you need a twin shaker or purging mechanism. Furthermore, heating arrangement, uh, the steam or electrical heating, depending upon the the availability at the site. Air handling unit with three stages of filters like pre-filter, fine filter, and HEPA filter as the final filters with differential pressure measurements to be opted. Dehumidification is again must to lower down the dew point and to increase the drying efficiency, thus reducing your the total batch time. Again, humidification system is must to neutralize the static charges when you use organic solvents in the process. So you should consider humidification, dehumidification also while selecting an equipment for fluid bed processor. Then the police filters or scrubber to arrest the product particles that are coming out of the equipment and prevent it to mix it from the environment. So depending upon the nature of the product, you should also consider the police and the scrubber filter. We recommend strongly to consider this in your exhaust system. Then about discussion about the process parameter controls. You should consider and discuss about the process parameters that can be controlled, that is inlet temperature control, process airflow monitor control, dew point temperature control, also the relative humidity control, then the broken back detection. So these are some of the critical and important process parameters which need to be monitored or controlled. You need to consider this whenever you are procuring a fluid bed processor. Then depending upon the safety requirements and the norms and your application, the shock proof design, especially shock resistant design, especially for human and environmental safety, along with the use of attack components and quick acting shut off valves. Then lastly, documents, that is URS compliance, design qualifications, operation qualifications, FAT protocol, installation qualifications, user manual, and test certificates. So you need to understand from your vendor and discuss in detail about the documentation part, because this is also a crucial part. It is not only the equipment, but also the documentation plays a vital role. Then the FAT utilities, whether the vendor is able to give you a FAT, that is factory acceptance test, before the machine is dispatched or delivered to your end, so that you are rest assured about the performance of the machine that you have discussed and buy. Then recommended system for smooth operation, that is wash in place system, the vacuum product transfer system, PLC for UPS for PLC, and then SCADA with 21 CFR control system, depending upon the regular, if you are catering to regulatory market, whether that is required or not. So you need to consider this while procuring fluid bed processor. So that was all about the points that you need to consider while procuring a fluid bed processor, considering its criticality and the importance in pellet in formation in making pellets from layering solution. So now we at Anish produce and supply a fluid bed processor. This is a typical layout of our fluid bed processor uh, with the bottom spray application. As you can see, we provide inlet AHU with phase and bypass for chilled and water coil, and then depending upon the process requirement and ambient temperatures at specific countries, like where sub zeros are there, we provide desiccant dehumidification system also. Then we provide complete inlet ducting along with the sensors, the critical sensors that I told you, RH sensors, CFM sensors, inlet temperature sensor, all these sensors which are required and important, we do supply that along with our system. Then the important, the heart, that is the fluid bed processor. This is a conical series equipment that we propose for booster application or bottom spray application. So this is the machine that we offer to our customers. Then the exhaust ducting, and then the exhaust blower, exhaust AHU, and then lastly the exhaust blower. So this is a typical layout of bottom spray machine that we manufacture and supply to our customers. So how we can help you for pelletization technology? We can provide end-to-end solution for the process solution for R&D, pilot and commercial capacities. Along with the process technology support, we will help you to set your products in Anish machines. We will help you to select the right scalable technology for pilot and commercial batches. You can take trial in Anish Process Development Laboratory with your raw material and with the help of Anish process experts to set your product. During this pandemic, we are also giving you, we have also made provisions for travel-free trials where we have an in-house process development laboratory. As I told you, the customers could not travel for conducting trials at our end. So they had sent their raw material to us to at our factory, and with the help of our process in-house process experts, we conducted trials for them, and we were we gave them the virtual experience of the trials. Then we can help you to prepare URS, can provide you full-fledged fat facility. We have a dedicated fat facility in our factory installed with all the utilities which are required in the pharmaceutical industry. Then we'll help you to install the machine at your site, then also provide complete support for IQ, OQ and PQ also. We can provide you the required spares and proper machine operation training to operators and the maintenance team. So we not only manufacture a machine, we have a complete process solution, and along with that we take a responsibility of educating and training our partners, that is the one who procure the machine from us, so that the machine is used efficiently and in a correct manner. We also provide complete online support for electrical and automation related breakdowns. I am specifically mentioning this because depending upon the different time zones, we have a team which dedicatedly work for a particular time zone, so that if in case of breakdowns in a different country, we are always there to help and support with respect to automation and electrical things. With strong service, we provide best services all over the world. And now here I end my technical session on the granulation pelletization process. Now let me run you through quickly through our company profile. So Anish Pharma IQ Private Limited was established in Nashik in Maharashtra in India in year 1993. We are driven by value, ethics, and customer-centric approach. We have completed more than 28 years in the industry, and during this tenure of industry, in the industry, we have been engaged in providing solutions for oral solid dosages, semi-solids, and lastly, liquid also. Through our process expertise, and a good product know-how, we have successfully supplied more than 1,000 plus installation not only in India but across the globe in countries like USA, China, Russia, Australia, Bangladesh, and many more. So since inspection, we have been catering to needs of pharmaceutical, nutraceutical, cosmetic, food, and other allied industries. So as mentioned earlier, we are headquartered in Nashik in Maharashtra, where we are spread across more than 50,000 square feet manufacturing area. And along with this, we are also coming up with another 60,000 square feet manufacturing area, thus boosting our manufacturing infrastructure. Our manufacturing area facilities are distributed in five different uh, manufacturing warehouses where we manufacture our machines. Here is a glimpse of our facility where we have a dedicated manufacturing units for electrical, you can say, the mechanical, you can say, and instrumentation. So each application or each process of manufacturing, we have a dedicated unit. So the five units are dedicated for each process of manufacturing. Then we have in-house dedicated factory acceptance test facility, which is the area is dedicated to it, uh, where a customer can conduct factory acceptance test before the machine is been dispatched to its end, so that he is rest assured about the machine that which was discussed, that he wanted to procure, whether it is designed as per the contract or not. Here you can conduct trials, in the fact we can conduct dummy trials actually, and then you can also evaluate the critical process controls and parameters. We have a strong team of more than 150 plus engineers, continuously upgrading themselves and catering to needs of our customers. So this is one of a unique proposition that we offer to our customer, that is Anish Process Development Laboratory, which is used for conducting trials on our machines. The uniqueness of this facility is that we have a wide range of equipments, that is from R&D scale to pilot, completely required for granulation and pelletization. Here you can conduct trials right from 600 grams and go up to 60 kg. So as you can see, this machine, you can conduct trials. This is a processor again. Similarly, we have a conical series processor installed here also, which is you can conduct batch of 60 kgs. Since inspection, more than 1,000 plus scientists from 500 unique companies have visited the laboratory. And during this pandemic, as I told you earlier, also our team has stepped up, by offering a travel-free trials to at our facility by giving a live virtual experience to customers, where we conducted trials for them based on the raw material that they have sent it to us. And needless to mention, we have maintained the confidentiality of the products and the results. So this is the unique proposition that we have with us. That is the reason we call ourselves, that is, we are a that is solution provider in the industry and not an equipment manufacturer, because we understand the science behind, not only about the machine manufacturing but also about the formulation part. We believe and work with a test, evaluate, and acquire methodology. That is, first, test the machine. That is, first we say that test our machines, conduct tests on the machines that are available with us in our laboratory or in our facility. Then evaluate the performance of the trials. And then once the results are satisfactory, the decision of acquiring machine becomes very easy, and the customer is very confident about the performance of the machine that he is going to procure. So we have this proposition to offer to all our customers. That is, first is process development laboratory. Have a hands-on experience on our machine and let the trial speak about the performance of the machine. Second, dedicated fat area for conducting dummy trials and verifying all critical parameters of the machine, so that before dispatching the machine from our premises or receiving at your facility, customer is rest assured about the quality and the performance of the machine. And lastly, the service support that we provide to our customer, making sure that we are meeting our primary aim of making, keeping, and customer satisfied approach. So process expertise that we have are for oral solid dosages. We provide solutions for tablets and capsules. So we have machines for drying granulation. Then we manufacture machines for pelletization, drug layering, powder coating, and particle coating also. Coming to the process expertise of semi-solids and liquids, we are also into manufacturing of complete ointment manufacturing plant, right from R&D scale to commercial capacities. Similarly, we are also into manufacturing of complete liquid manufacturing plant, right from R&D scale to commercial capacities. So coming to this, the fluid bed system, this is our niche product, and we have been able to establish ourselves as a well-known brand of fluid bed system equipment. Maybe you can call it as use it for a dryer, granulator, or booster technology. We are the only company from India to manufacture all the three series of equipment required for bottom spray technology, or you can say booster technology. That is Anish top spray granulator, Anish AFB machine, and then the premium conical series machine, that is Anish particle coater granulator. So we are the only company in India which manufacture all the three variants which are required for bottom spray application. Further, we have good product know-how about granulation equipment also, and we have supply complete granulation suite. As I mentioned in my prior slides, we provide complete solution for end-to-end solution for granulation. We also are into manufacturing of rapid mixer granulator. We are also into process technology expertise for extruder and spironizer. So we manufacture extruder and spironizers right from R&D scale to commercial capacities. Already mentioned, we are also providing complete solution and complete facility and manufacturing for liquid manufacturing system. Similarly, we are also into manufacturing of complete ointment manufacturing system. So with all this together, Anish Pharma has grown by leaps and bounds since inspections, and we have marked our presence in more than 30 countries in the world. As you can see on the world map, we have presence in USA, Russia, China, Arab countries, then in New Zealand, Australia, Philippines, Bangladesh, and many more. We have supplied machines to more than 30 countries, and we have been providing continuous service support to them. So these are few of our satisfied customer across the globe. As you can see, uh, most of the all the top pharmaceutical companies have our machines. You can say ACI Limited, Cipla, Alchem, Dabur, McLeod's, Par, Lupin, Lloyd Philippines, Par, SCADA, Zydus Cadila, and many more. So all the top pharmaceutical companies have our machines installed in their facility, and all are performing at par with the satisfaction of the customer. Lastly, here are the reasons why you should consider and opt for Anish. We have experience of more than 28 years in the industry, and we called ourselves, and we are known in the market as a solution provider company and not an equipment manufacturing company only, because we understand the subject very well about granulation and pelletization, and accordingly we provide solutions based upon the process and the equipment. And this has made us to supply and install more than 1,000 plus installations across the globe. As already mentioned, we have presence in more than 30 countries in the world. 7 out of top 10 pharma companies are using our Anish machines. We have a full-fledged process development laboratory for testing critical formulations. So this is the advantage, I would say, of having a process development laboratory, along with in-house scientists working hard, along with the visitors or customers to optimize their process, and then select and suggesting them the right selection of an equipment. Further, we provide end-to-end solution for granulation and pelletization. We have our agents across the globe who can provide local support in your country also. So we have agents across the globe. This having agents across the globe plays a vital role when it comes to after sales service. So we ourselves also go on a site across the into the many countries, but at the same time, we also have our partners and the representatives locally who can provide technical and support and services to all our customers. So before I end this presentation, I would like you to run through our process development laboratory, because we believe in that, see it and believe it. So here is a small video that I'll play of our process development laboratory. So as you can see, this is the APCG machine installed in our process development laboratory. This is the pilot scale machine. These are our in-house experts conducting trials. This is again a pilot scale machine. Complete pelletization line is a rapid mixer granulator that we have in our process development laboratory. We follow world-class manufacturing practices while manufacturing our equipments, and you can see the standard of the products that we manufacture. So you can see the pellets after spheronization, which are then put into the fluid bed processor. Here you can see the initial color is white and then the coating is done. So this is another commercial machine that we have. So that's all from my side. But before I end, I would like to thank all of you for keenly listening to me. Here are our contact details. You can get in touch for all the queries or with respect to the technical things or your requirement with respect to the equipment. We would be happy to provide you the best solutions. Once again,